Hello and welcome everyone, it's Michelle, and I did a review on an Angela Harding book recently. It was The Falling into Autumn. So I've pulled out my one that I have that is for spring and summer by Angela Harding, another one that's called A Year Unfolding, and one of her colouring books. So I thought I would share those with you today. So let's just go down here and have a look. So let's start with spring. Spring is called Spring Unfurled, by Angela Harding, A Printmaker's View. I will put a link to the video where I did a review for the autumn book. But let's have a little look at this one. When did this one come out? I think this was this year as well. So they are all this year. Spring, summer, autumn and winter. The only one I don't have is winter, and that's because it hasn't been released yet. So this is the one for spring, and much like the one for autumn, you'll see that there's lots of information from Angela talking about what spring it means to her, and you know, all the prints that she's done relating to spring and why. So we've got a lovely one here of some orphan hares, and then here we've got some early nesters. This is lovely, isn't it? A gardener's cottage. I really quite like that one. Spring tulips and lambs. I really love these lino cuts and silk screens. They're really pretty. Maybe it's something that I need to look at later. Go house sparrow here. Spring blackbird. House sparrows. Blackbird and a rose. And what else have we got here? The goldfish pond. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? The Wonders of Weeding, that one's called. And this one's called Lookout. Some hares. We have here Spring Nesting. Oh, a cuckoo. And 2 Yorkshire Whippets. Oh, hellebores. Now, I did a lovely picture of hellebores. Did I do that on my channel? I think I did. If I did, I will try and find it for you and link that in. These are, this is called Spring Hedgerow. Oh, Skylark. Very nice. So I'm just going to kind of flip through the pictures. I'm not going to go through the wording because, you know, it's just a nice read for yourselves. Curlews. It's an easy read and something that is just nice to perhaps take out with you, have a little bit of a read, but also maybe some of the pictures will give you inspiration. Lovely. I mean, they're just so beautiful, these lino cuts and silk screens. And then we have the little bit about Angela herself, which I won't go into again because it's on the previous video. So there we have the Spring Unfurled. We've got Summer's Hum. Here we go. Summer Foxes. A Suffolk Night Walk. Ooh. Suffolk Coastline. Butterflies and Flowers. Some of them are very beautiful but simple, and others are very intricate. This is a young hare. The Common. This was a mono printing called Highlight. Yes, it looks very different to most of the others. Curlews again. Flowers and, plovers and pinks. Bees and blossoms. A couple of falcons. Visitors for tea. The little squirrel. I did a video of a squirrel that I saw yesterday in it was actually in the grounds of the Norwich Cathedral, which was really surprising. But yeah, you can find that on my shorts. That was a fairly recent one. This is just called Norfolk Birds. Very stylized. I quite like the stylized ones. This is another mono printing, which is really interesting. Kind of goes across the page there. Yeah. Which is a bit of a shame. Peregrines. Puffins. We've got a kingfisher there. So I'm just going to flick through so that you can see how beautiful these, Mr. Page, how beautiful these are, and obviously part of that series. So this one was called, or is called, A Year Unfolding, A Printmaker's View, Angela Harding, a beautifully illustrated guide to nature through the seasons. So I'm not sure whether, oh gosh, I think this is the same as those little books. Let me just check when this was printed. This was 2021. And we've got early spring, spring, early summer, summer, autumn and winter. I wonder whether this has got the same. I'm just going to flick through basically. So early spring. This isn't looking the same as the book. Oh, I don't know. Spring. Where's spring? Probably not as many, but I'm pretty sure we just went past that. Yes. So here you go. I have a feeling then these are kind of a shortened version of this much bigger book that goes through the season, because some of these are not in that little book. So if you want something that's more that's got more to it, and more in it, then probably this one might be the one for you. But perhaps you don't want to spend that much on a book. So here we're into early summer now. obviously these are much bigger pictures. Rather beautiful, but not, this is not the kind of book that you can just stick in your handbag or your rucksack, or your backpack. It's this is definitely one more for the studio. So yeah, just doing a, so then we go into summer full blown. Oh, that's striking. That one was definitely in that smaller book. It's lovely. I have to say that in this bigger book, they just really pop. And there's the hedgehog. This is autumn that we're in now. So I definitely recognise some of the pictures, but there's not all of them in the smaller book. And then, I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a preview of the winter one that is due to come out. So we're on to winter now. I like the sort of duck eggy blue with the red. I think that looks stunning. Oh, I'm really liking winter. I like the colorways of winter. So that gives us a sneak preview of some of what will be in the winter book that is due to come out. Oh, and you've got in this one you've got all of the prints for each of the seasons here, which is rather lovely. Wow. So obviously this is a much thicker book. You know, it's more A4 size, so a more considered purchase. And then this one is a colouring book. And oh look, this, let me see, this opens up so that you can keep your page. How this book works. Many of the pages in this book feature details of Angela's wonderful illustrations. The full artworks in their original forms can be seen at the back, pages 92 to 96. The titles of the prints can be found on the page opposite to them, below a partly finished vignette. Angela's prints often include a lot of bold blacks, so we suggest you use broad strokes across the design rather than attempting to fill in between the blacks. Okay. Here we go. So we've got a little bit of this picture and how you might want to complete it yourself. This is just stunning, isn't it? Whoops, let's get a bit more into view. Oh. So I wonder if this would take watercolour. Shall I? Let's just go to the back a moment. There you go. There's all of the, so it gives you an idea of what colours you might want to use. So let's take this winter squirrel. So we've got this kind of duck egg blue background, and just out of interest, I'm going to pull out some paint and Let's get a brush, maybe a bit bigger brush than that. Actually, let's go with my Van Gogh size 12. I just want to see whether you can, I haven't got a duck egg blue here, but we'll go with this pale blue, which is in the background. Rather than colouring them, I want to see if you can paint them. Which would be rather fun. You know, obviously I do my own art from my own photographs, or photographs that I've found on one of the royalty-free photograph websites. Sometimes you just want to be able to do something where you haven't got to think too much. I'm going to have to finish this now because otherwise it will look odd where the paint dried and etc. But it very much looks like, I'm going to check how much it's run through in a moment. But yes, it looks like we can use paint, which would be rather fun, wouldn't it? Especially if you're someone, I mean, I'd give it a go at drawing it, but if you're someone that doesn't feel confident drawing, there, you can actually, let me move this out of the way again. You can actually paint. So, I think that would work actually. Obviously, try not to get it too wet, but yeah, I think that would work. So you can get that. If I turn to the, there we go. There's that blue background. I haven't left the white bit, have I? Never mind. I mean, this was just a trial, but I think you could paint into this as long as you didn't go too wet. So I've got to leave that there on that page now. Yeah, this one that's got all of the seasons in, or at the moment you can get spring, summer, and the falling into autumn one, and the winter one you can pre-order. So yeah, a few little books that are all about Angela Harding and her wonderful lino cuts. I don't know, can you see how that sparkles on the front of that cover? That is rather lovely. Don't think we've, oh yes we have. We've got the silver effect on this summer one. Anyway, there you go. I'll leave links to everything, and the previous video with the one on autumn, and yeah, hopefully that helps you make a decision if it's something that you'd like a go at. All right, take care everyone, till next time.